Yeah, obviously the bounce back is huge. Talked to a bunch of teams. It was good to hear them say, if it's feeling like you're pushing it, don't push it. Your film is your film. So that was definitely great to hear. Try to tune out the media after that. Obviously I didn't want to be the one to tweet it out. I didn't want it to look like an excuse of any kind. But just glad I was able to finish in Indy. Glad I was able to come out here and do what I did today.
How bad did you think it was when it was happening?
It was a sharp pain. Every step really hurt, but I think that I portray a lot of speed on film. I think I'm a lot faster on film. And like I said, there's no way in heck I was pulling myself out in Indy. Being from Denver, Colorado, you only dream about stuff like that. Never really see a lot of guys from my area go to the combine. So just trying to do my best to be an example for those kids watching that was once me.
How many texts did you get? Because people like me were going, Gunnar Helm's faster than that.
Yeah, it was a little bit of mixed reviews. It was, some of it was like, dang, we really didn't think you were that slow. Other was like, no, we knew something was wrong right away. But the common theme was that everybody saw the picture obviously, and it is what it is. But like I said, glad that I was able to come out here and do what I did today and compete with these guys one more time. I didn't run.
You didn't run today?
No, sir, no.
What did you think it said about you to fight through it that way, and what did teams say to you?
It was kind of mixed reviews, like I said. A lot of teams were really surprised that I was able to do that after seeing the pictures. A lot of teams said it spoke about my character, but that's just what, that's how we're built here. If you roll your ankle in a game, what are you going to do? Sub yourself out, so.
How healthy are you right now?
I'm getting there. I'm doing a lot of PT, a lot of movement stuff. Obviously, ice elevate. Got some compression on it with some tape today, so some extra support. But I got a great team around me back home. Just glad they were able to, get me ready to go today.
Do you have any testing numbers from training before the combine?
Yeah, I was hitting low 1.5 starts, 1.55 range. So pair that with the speed at the combine. And it's low, 4.7, high 4.6. So, like I said, I think I'm a lot faster on tape, and a 40-yard straight line run is not going to define me in any way.
Right. How much of that is a relief to go through that experience, but know that you have all of that film from this year that you can lean back on, so teams can really see the player that you are?
Yeah, it's great to have the film. It's great to be put in the situations that Coach Sark and Coach Banks put me in, and Quinn put me in, and just being in an offense that put me in a great situation. But obviously it's definitely a little bit frustrating that I wasn't able to do what I know I can do in Indy. But it's obviously great to come out here today and with these guys one more time.
Gunnar, you were behind Jatavian a couple of years and obviously blossomed like crazy, set records last year. Do you feel like you're kind of a late bloomer and now you're really opened a ton of eyes this offseason?
Absolutely. I also think, I'm a walking example of, sometimes you don't reach your peak coming right out of high school. Sometimes it takes a little bit of a developmental phase, and that's just what it was for me. But I think it's a common misconception that, a lot of people don't know that I played in every single game that I suited out at the University of Texas. So, blocking really elite guys from a very young age in the blocking tight end role. They say the blue-collar tight end role in this offense. On the front side of gap scheme and zone and different things like that. So I was able to, combo and hold my own in the C gap from a very young age.
You see how you might go? Are you reading stuff?
I try not to, it's everybody can make a mock draft, so that's kind of how I look at it. Exactly.
Who should we be looking out for from next year's tight end?
Yeah, it's a young room, but obviously very explosive. Got some experience in there coming back. Jordan Washington's going to be really good. Spencer Shannon's going to be really good. They've, from what I've heard, developed like heck. I've heard a lot of them had really good summer or winter workouts. So sounds like they're getting fast. Sounds like they're really explosive, and sounds like they got some really good young guns coming up.
Do you make 30 visits lined up right now?
Not lined up, no sir.
How much confidence do you get out of knowing that Texas has a history of tight ends coming out of nowhere to have long careers, like Jeff Swain, Bo Scaife, and Beck?
Yeah, it's everything. You come to Texas, you play tight end, you want to set a new standard for not only yourself but for the position room and for the team. So, I think starting with JT and then me, and then we're just looking to see who's next. But there's going to be, a tight end coming up these ranks pretty dang soon that I think that's going to check all the boxes, going to turn some heads.
Gunnar, what was the day like with over 20-plus guys here with y'all all together, kind of not like at the Indy when everyone was able to go with you?
It was great. We had 14 guys in Indy. You'd see them every now and then, but just being out here on the field with them, it was just like throwing after practices in the summertime. So that's kind of the mindset that we were in. We came out here and threw a couple days leading up to the event. We all felt great. so good to connect with these guys again. Obviously, Quinn looks fantastic. Matt looks fantastic. Bond looks fantastic. Silas, I mean, everybody that ran today, you know. So gives props to Coach Sark and knowing how to develop players and how to recruit speed.
Any chance y'all break the draft record for amount of players drafted in 1 year?
You know, we say set a new standard at Texas every year. So I think we had the most guys get invited to Indy this year in program history. So, you know, we're looking to always set a new standard for ourselves, leave the program in a better place than we found it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, brother.